name is Matt Sype with Parry Labs, a company in the defense industry focused on enabling rapid integration of capabilities through modern software, digital systems, and advanced compute capabilities. There are several advantages to using commercial off-the-shelf types of solutions, COTS, on defense programs. COTS can be a real enabler to skipping lengthy development timelines on programs. COTS can also help lower the overall risk profile of a program by adopting what is essentially a no-risk COTS product versus entering a new development effort in which risk, especially those for advanced technologies, will exist. Lastly, COTS can reduce costs to a program, both non-recurring engineering costs, which are really due to not needing to have any or having limited development activities, and also lifecycle capability costs. You see, often COTS can have cheaper lifecycle costs because of the ability of the company to spread the costs over multiple programs versus a single program. This is especially true of software. When a COTS software product is levied, each program gets the benefit of updates that the company does on its own for the product, and the updates and even the fixes are driven by other customers. COTS can be great in the DoD, but there are cautions to be considered. While COTS provides for the ability for procuring and fielding quickly, the desire for speed and ready solutions often comes with trades. You see, the desire for speed and ready can often drive a customer or a program to need to accept an 80% solution versus developing the 100% solution that will be ready at some later point. Another consideration is that when purchasing COTS without first establishing clear modular boundaries and exposing key interfaces, the customer can easily end up vendor locked. And the DoD knows from decades of experience that vendor lock conditions can dramatically reduce the customer's ability to insert new innovative products, especially when those innovative products are from competitive companies with the original COTS provider. In general, COTS are typically not designed with the military threat environment in mind. As such, this can also present system-level challenges based on the adoption of COTS. In the hardware domain, this can mean reduced reliability in some of the harshest environments. In the software domain, this can mean the introduction of new cyber threat vectors that will eventually have to be accounted for and mitigated. Implementing modular open systems approach, MOSA, on a program is the best way to both increase the opportunities for COTS and to ensure the desire for speed doesn't end up resulting in lifecycle costs or innovation trades. So let's talk about COTS and MOSA from an enterprise or domain perspective. And you can think about enterprise as aviation, or maritime systems, or ground systems, or even enterprise as a large company that has many systems. When programs with an enterprise or domain, like an automobile company or an airline company, when they apply MOSA and make modularity decisions within their domain or enterprise in mind, it can create significant opportunities for COTS. You see, as consistent modules are defined by a group of customers within an enterprise, the market sees a more consistent and higher demand signal, which then can drive new entrants. It can also drive companies to innovate and differentiate. And because of this larger demand signal, the industry members will also be more willing to lean forward and develop solutions on their own dime, thereby producing COTS ahead of need. This is the kind of healthy industrial ecosystem that we need. The current and rather large-scale push by the DoD for COTS will impact DoD acquisitions fairly substantially. Additionally, I think it helps progress, maybe even accelerate a transformation that we already see occurring within the DoD, and that is the transformation to become very capability-centric in how DoD acquisition works. The services have always had a focus on fielding capabilities, but they are not capability-centric in how they acquire. Historically, if a capability, the next big thing, is needed, then every platform on which it would reside side would then go out and separately procure that, typically through the OEM or a prime for the platform. I think the future is that those capabilities will be directly contracted for by a capability-centric program office and given to the platforms for integration. The U.S. Air Force reoptimization or reorg that it is doing is that very thing. I expect the other services will follow suit. And how does COTS impact this? Most COTS products are capabilities, so this is a great shift for both the DoD and COTS providers. It often seems like pushing COTS inside the defense industry is difficult, but should it be? I think it should be easier. There is certainly an interesting tension with COTS and the government comfort with COTS. The vast majority of this tension resides at the individual program office level and is largely due to the past scars the government leads had with COTS. During the Clinton administration, there was a massive push for reduced government and an increase in COTS. This was an attempt to swing the pendulum in a different direction to drive the needed change within the government. While there are many positives, that pendulum swing also came with some baggage. R&D, research and development, slowed on the government side, which is rough because our government is actually some of the most advanced research and development that occurs in the world and often gets commercialized before the government is even able to pull it into a government program. It also resulted in increased vendor lock or even dependencies on particular commercial vendors. So all of this created some poor experiences that many of the senior program office folks remember or even live through. So they are cautious about COTS. Secondly, I believe there's a massive misunderstanding of data rights. I could put 10 senior government acquisition people in a room and 10 industry members in a room, and we could argue all day about what we can and can't do with GPR, government purpose rights. Additionally, most government offices haven't had much, if any, experience with specially negotiated license rights, SNLR, which is really more of the norm in industry, especially when it comes to software. So COTS companies struggle with government customers because SNLR is not the norm for the government. In fact, it's hard to even get the government to the table to even discuss what the negotiated rights could look like. SNLR provides lots of flexibility for the government to get what they need while also protecting the business case of the vendor who chose to invest and develop products ahead of government need. As the government enters this period of capability-centric solutions driven by good architectures with good modularity decisions, I'm looking forward to COTS helping bring speed to fielding of solutions that give the end user the tactical edge.